I will. I'll tell him that you said it was okay.
Please do.
When security drags me out. It's like, no, Elvis said it was fine.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.
Joe Gatto is here, by the way.
Whoa.
I was so tired yesterday. That's it. On tomorrow's what did I say? On tomorrow's show.
Our good friend, Jim Gatto. Then you were our best buddy, Jonathan Gatto.
20 years I know you.
I said, tomorrow, John Gotti.
We checked him out first night of his stroke.
I was so tired yesterday. I'm sorry,
No,
Joe.
it's great to see you, Pelvis.
You know, Joe Gatto. Not Gatto, Gatto.
Gatto, yeah.
I know.
We corrected that one about 10 years ago, so now I got to go from Jim to Joe.
John Gotti is here.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
You know, I love the fact that, is it safe to say this is really the first time you've been on stage by yourself when you're coming up at the Beacon Theater in New York?
Yeah.
The Beacon Theater, very haunted, by the way.
Super haunted. Oh my! They took me through a tour. I was like, keep the lights on. This place is crazy. The elevator has like one of those old school, like the gates that you shut yourself, and it literally goes creak. And I was like, I'm good. I'll take the stairs.
It is so haunted. Our friend Darren Pfeffer gave me a tour years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And but the thing about the elevator, see, if you go to a show at the Beacon Theater in New York City, you don't see backstage. It's kind of cool backstage because it is old and frightening. The elevator has photos of, I was saying, actually autographs, signatures.
Yeah, signatures, and on the outside is the photos of everybody that's like signed the elevator.
I'm up there. Are you up there yet?
I'm not there yet. No.
You got to sign that thing.
Okay, I will. I'll tell him that you said it was okay.
Please do.
When security drags me out, it's like, no, Elvis said it was fine.
Hey, so now that you're solo, is this good? I mean, do you miss having the backup of
for sure.
of your friends?
Well, there's nothing like working with your friends. You know, that's the best part in life. But you know, you make adjustments, and it's different. It took me a while to get used to it, but I'm used to it now.
The difference.
Yeah. The difference. Yeah.
What is the difference?
Well, you're up there. You know, you're 25% of the funny. That's all you have to worry about. And then you cruising while other people are talking and stuff. But now it's, you know, the whole 65 minutes is on you. So that's the biggest difference. If you're feeling off or something doesn't work, now you have to get through the rest of it by yourself.
When you bomb.
Yeah.
You can't blame anyone.
That's right.
It's all you, Joe.
Sure.
It's all you.
Your fault.
Who's opening up for you?
Jiggy. My friend Mark, who's in the corner over here.
Oh, Jiggy.
Hello,
Yeah.
Jiggy.
So I heard that trying to figure out an audience. A comedy is just frightening to me. I mean, I'm pooing everyone's pants just thinking about it. I can't even say it. So Jiggy will come off stage and go, "Hey, bad audience."
He has a visual cue where he does like an old school, like Gersh, like with his face, like and if he comes off and gives me that, I know I'm gonna have some work to do. Yeah.
How do you fix that though? If an audience is just sucky,
I blame him.
Oh.
Well,
So you do.
I say Jiggy, it's his fault. Yeah. I just know I have to work a little harder in the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was the biggest difference for me though was going from comedy clubs to theaters because I was used to being on a bigger stage. I use my body a lot. You know, my body's a comedic weapon, so I need the runway. So I was on these little comedy club stages, and I just felt like Cage. And then when I started to move to theaters, when more people came out and there were bigger shows, I felt a little bit more
Room to roam.
Room to roam. Yeah. I was always falling off the stage.
I'm going to just screeching halt this thing for a second.
Okay.
Can I just say, you know, we've known Joe for years. The nicest guy.
Yeah.
I mean, people always ask us, like, you meet everyone. I mean, what are they like? And some are great, some are okay. Joe Gatto is, I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it, a heart the size of the planet Earth and beyond, and just a super sweet guy. So when we see you out there conquering the Beacon and other shows with Jiggy opening, we could not, I'm speaking for everyone, we could not be happier for you.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've always loved you guys. You're the best.
Can I tell you, one time, Joe, and I can't remember the details, I got a text from Joe. He said, I see that you're really into Staten Island Zoo.
Yeah.
I really am. On your behalf, I just made a contribution to the zoo. I'm like, what?
Aww.
What are you, crazy?
No.
I didn't ask for that. Times are tough. But...
Did you say that? I didn't ask for that. I can see it.
Take it back.
Yeah.
How dare you?
And one time, Joe Gatto, he sent me a cash gift card.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, What are you doing?
Okay, I listen to you. I've been listening to you for years. I mean, you're generational in the Gatto home. My mother used to listen with you. I listen with you, and now my daughter on the way to school, my son and daughter, when we drive, we listen to you guys.
Listen to this.
I never received shoes or anything. You know, I like those.
You're handing out the
I got you. What size are you?
Yeah, I mean, come on.
I got you.
It's good to have your name on the T-shirt.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe Gatto walked in. I don't know if you noticed Danielle and Gandhi and Froggy. There's a bag.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't come empty-handed to somebody's
Let's play
house.
that game. What's in the bag, bitch?
Yeah, what is it?
I brought pastry, of course. Because I'm not disgraziad, right? Scary. You got to come to a house with something in your hand. You know this.
Oh, what is it?
I got some pastry here.
Where is this from?
Gary just quit everything he was doing. Took off his headphones.
The whole show just died. It's off the air right now.
Scary just...
Yeah,
he just left the steering wheel behind.
Oh,
my God, these are beautiful pastries. Where'd you get these pastries?
I went to La Pépinière. On the walk. It was a French place I grabbed my coffee, and I was like, I have to
La Pépinière.
So I thought you guys should want some pastry.
Thank
You can't wear these, Danielle. They're not size 8. Sorry.
We'll find a way.
You look pretty funny with a peach cobbler on your foot, but
Merci.
God, of course.
How many dogs are we up to now? Another reason to love Joe Gatto.
Yeah, we've graduated. We're now a full-blown nonprofit operating out on Long Island. We are Gatto Pups and Friends. We started the nonprofit last November, and now instead of just collecting all these old, decrepit dogs, we actually try to find them homes, which is fun. So we just had our 50th adoption with Cinnamon Roll. She was a 13-year-old pit bull who found a home, so we just adopted out our 50th dog.
Every dog must have the name of a food.
Yeah. They're all named after Italian desserts and pastries because that's on brand.
I might have to come get one of those.
Yeah.
What?
I might have to come get one of those.
You need a dog.
I want a dog so badly. Do you have any real lemons?
I have a limoncello.
The dog's name is Limoncello.
We operate only with lemons. It's a senior dog rescue, so it's mostly they just sleep and hang out. And
That's
it's
the
super,
perfect dog
it's
for
super
You know what?
cute.
That's the thing, and it still breaks my heart to know that there are families that actually just abandon their dog because they're just not young puppies anymore.
Terrible.
Yeah.
And these dogs, they deserve to live out the best of lives.
Yeah, it's funny. They get like a second life when they come back into a new home. Like you'll see them in the shelter falling apart, but then they get there, the tail is wagging and stuff. It's great.
That's
Yeah, they're
awesome.
really fun.
It's true. So if you can, wherever you're living, wherever you're listening, there is a shelter in your town that's waiting for you to go pay a visit and take a dog home.
Yeah, for sure.
So how many do you have in your house, though?
So the Gatto pups are 9.
You know I'm going to make you do it.
my
Yeah.
gosh.
So we have 9, and then
I make you do it every time, from oldest to youngest. Go.
Oh my God! Oh, we got a real oldie right now, a real zombie.
Danielle.
Mocha. Oh, the tongue hangs out, 0 teeth, 5
that.
pounds. Yeah, blind, walks off everything, chairs, sofas. It's like a stunt dog. Yeah, Mocha. Oh, poor thing. Great though. Bounces into the wall, turns around. It's like a Roomba.
Oh my God.
It's a Roomba with a tongue hanging out and no teeth that you can pet.
Okay, so Mocha and then go.
Okay, so after Mocha, we're talking like 30 dogs here. So after Mocha, I know the oldest and I know the youngest. The youngest is Cupcake, which is my daughter's favorite dog. It's a 1.5 years old. But then in between, I think that after Mocha is probably going to be, it's going to be Peaches. Who is Cream's mom. There's Peaches and Cream. We have a bonded pair of Peaches and Cream. And then after Peaches, you go down the line, you're going to have Tortoni. You're going to have, after that is going to be Burrata, Mozzarella, then Fettuccine Alfredo. Your brother and sister Fettuccine Alfredo. Okay. And then...
I see what you did there.
Yeah, there's a bunch. There's too many.
You need a Toblerone.
I don't have Toblerone. You got it. All right, we'll put one.
Danielle, in her Bronx accent. You know what you need.
On the website. I'm on the website. All of these dogs are amazing.
Hey, so what's the website? The official website?
GattoPups.com.
GattoPupsandFriends.com.
It says GattoPups.com.
It redirects. I don't know what you're looking at.
Are these dogs? Hold on, before
Whose dogs are these? It's Gatto Pups and Friends. Those are ours, but if Gatto Pups and Friends is the charity. Yeah. So Gatto Pups.
so it's a
But
charity.
that's our first dog, Cannoli. Yeah, it's a charity.
Do you do fundraisers?
100%. You'll get an invite.
Okay, the money goes to the money goes exactly to where?
Well, we have we just got our adoption center in town in Glen Head, New York. So we have that, and then the money goes to help feed home and medical bills of all these dogs that we take in, and then before we rehome them.
You know what is about to happen here.
What's about to happen?
On behalf of Elvis Duran in the Morning Show,
You have a gift card.
we would like to make a contribution of $10,000.
No, come on, really?
Absolutely. No, Joe.
Now I gotta get you shoes.
There you go.
And a dog. We need a dog.
They love when I spend their money.
Yeah.
And when you leave, they're like, what the?
We could
so
a
amazing.
dog like they have that just kind of sits on your lap and
chills.
we could have that here as a like our dog, our
office dog.
Yeah, and we could each take turns taking it home.
I would.
Oh, it sounds very easy.
It sounds fabulous.
I've got a couple. They wear diapers too, so it's kind of easy.
Well, they're good. So do I. Scary. A lot of people are texting in, loving Joe Gatto on the show. What are you seeing?
If I seen Joe, I'd faint. I'm such a fan. You got me through some of my most darkest times all these years. Thank you.
Oh,
There you go.
That's super sweet.
I can't wait to see him. I bought tickets to see him at the Warner on Sunday. Where's the Warner?
The Warner Sunday. Where are we Sunday? We're in Cincinnati? Ohio. We're in Cleveland.
Oh my God, you guys on stage, you don't even know where you are anymore.
Cleveland,
I don't even know how you do that.
No, yeah.
We
I
have
just got back
three.
from Florida.
We have 3 Jingle Balls, and we I don't know how an artist or a comedian can go out and go to all these cities and really. Do you have a sign that says you are in Cleveland?
I've done it. Said the wrong city with confidence. Terrible. Now I just say the state. I know what state I'm in. I'm like Ohio. I don't get into the
United States.
Yeah,
So funny.
like,
Britney Spears in her book, she mentions that. She says that she went to so many places and it was so crazy that she'd get on stage and not know where the hell she was.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Are you going to Philly?
I am. I'm going to play. I'm playing the Met in Philly the night
Met.
before the Beacon on the January 19th.
Are you going down to Miami?
I've
South
done
Florida?
Miami. I just finished South Florida. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I'm all over, but you could find it on joegattoofficial.com if you're looking at those.
We're always looking for how to connect. Now, I will tell you, when we do our Jingle Ball concerts, they always put the sign up with the iHeartRadio Jingle Ball logo, and you are in Cleveland. To let the artists know when they go out, please don't say Philly.
That's amazing. Yeah. They need that because they're all over. The Jingle Balls are great, though. Those are always my favorite.
You're usually there.
Always there. Yeah. You're always like, what are you doing? I remember distinctly one year I'm in backstage, and I'm backstage. I work my way to get a backstage pass, however I get it. I don't want to get into details. And I walk back, and Danielle looks me in the face, goes, "What are you doing back here?" Not even like a happy to see you. Like security's been breached.
That's Danielle.
Love you, Joe.
Okay, so talk about you and Jiggy. So Jiggy's opening for you. And how do you meet a Jiggy?
Oh,
how do you choose? I mean, because what you guys do on the road together is it's an interesting relationship. I'm assuming.
For sure. He's my my confidant, tour manager, and friend on the road. He's also very funny, so we put him up on stage to open. But he's I know you 10 years, right? I know Mark about 10 years, and we met him. He was opening for the Jokers. And we met him through a friend of ours. It was like, we needed an opener somewhere. And he said, "Hey, I know this guy, Jiggy." And we're like, we got to see what this guy looks like. He's got to come out and play. So he came out. He did great. And we've been friends. And then when I had to go on my own and I need somebody to help me both sculpt my hour, because he's a seasoned stand-up, he's very good, to help me figure out the whole thing about going for doing a solo show. He was instrumental in that. And then he's very funny, and we get along. So I was like, why don't you just come with me on the road? So we've been touring together with Joe Gatto's Night of Comedy for almost 2 years now.
Now, as you listen to Joe Gatto and talking about Jiggy and going on the road, I don't know if you, as you're sitting in traffic or whatever you're doing, have ever gone onto a stage and tried to make a room full of people laugh. It is, and you guys are seasoned pros, but for us, it's the most frightening thing ever.
Yeah.
It is.
I don't know how people do it.
I mean, one night when Caroline's was open, Caroline called and said, "We're doing a big function this weekend. We want you to host. It's a fundraiser, but you need to go up and do some stand-up." And I said, "Caroline, I can't do that." And, you know, she's just the sweetest person in the world. And Greg, you can't say no to them, right? And Lewis, remember Lewis?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I went out there and I just froze.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing right now. I just froze. But how you get out there, because you know there's rejection involved, and this is the issue. There's rejection, and I don't do rejection well. But as a comedian, some nights you're going to have them, and they're going to laugh. You're going to, whoa, we're on a roll now. And there's some nights it's just crickets.
Yeah.
How do you get through a life? If someone's not a comedian, but they're going through a career that involves rejection, like sales or something like that, how do you push through that?
I think for the most part, I've been through a lot of different things where you've had to have a tough skin, as I say, or whatnot. But I think it's okay to be in your feelings. I think a lot of people don't sit in that. And I think if you are going through a time where you feel like nothing's going right, it's okay to say nothing's going right, and then realizing what you could do. It's all steps, right? It's all about a little bit of like moving one stone at a time to get to the light. I think you got to control what you can control. And for me, that's what it was. It was like, okay, this isn't working. What can I do? And then figure it out.
I want to talk about something.
Okay.
And I love you.
Yeah.
And I mean,
What are you doing back here? Security?
Okay. Anyone right now who's listening who is going through a shift in life, and you know what I'm talking about. We're talking about the plates of the earth or crawling all over each other and things are shifting. You have recently been through a shift in your life.
Yeah.
And it's and you made it very public, so I don't mind asking. I was very happy to see that you and your wife are back together and doing really well.
Yes, we are.
Right? Kids and dogs and
yeah.
And no one wants to know anything about details because we're all in relationships. We all know that they're the toughest thing ever. Sure. Talk about rejection.
Most of them are based on rejection.
But talk about what it's like entering a new season in your life where things are working again. I'm making an assumption things are great in all aspects. I mean, to tour with you and Jiggy and wife and kids. Yeah. What's that like? What are you feeling about this? What did you learn from all of whatever this is?
I think I learned the biggest thing that I learned is that your time and your attention is what is the most important thing that you could deal with as a person. Not only what you give to people on the receiving end, but what you spend your time giving towards. And I think that's a big part of it to make sure. Like I tell the story that my daughter, 2 weeks before COVID started, I came home and my daughter, who was 4 at the time, I think, said, "Daddy, I love when you come home to visit." Aww. And I mean, talk about just
was that a slap in the
you're
face?
Doing something wrong, right? You know, to feel that, and I was like, okay, so like to have like little things like that, and then in the moment you just laugh at it, like, oh, kids say the funniest things, kind of thing. But then it's like when you sit back and relax, and you're alone in your new apartment, and the first time ever living by myself after I separated from my wife, and I'm just sitting there, and it's like, oh, this is not what this is supposed to be.
Did you need it? I mean,
I guess so. If we panned out back together, I think. Yeah.
Well, I know. But look, we go through these things in life, and these challenges, these things that just mow us the hell over. Right. And in hindsight, sometimes you're like, "Wow, I guess I really needed that, so I could shine the light on what was really, truly important."
Yeah, I'm the happiest I've ever been.
Good.
Yeah, I'm the happiest I've ever been. I feel like in my family, I'm a father, I'm a partner, I'm a husband, and I'm somebody I could be. That my mom and dad could look down and be proud about that this is me now, and I think that's what it's about.
Oh,
right,
God,
that's it. I know. That's the thing. And the reason I bring this up and using you as example, congratulations, is there are people driving to work right now or driving to school, whatever, and they're going through something extremely challenging and wondering what the future is. It's a question mark. It's a fog. What am I driving into today?
Yeah.
And you got to know that. It's still your life. What is the end game? This is my new thing. I have these new mantras I try, and people get so sick of my mantras.
I love your mantras.
Well, here's the thing. I'm an older guy, and so I'm thinking, like, what is the end game here in life? Is it sitting here with my best friends every day till I croak, just telling fart jokes?
Sounds like a good plan to me.
I know.
Guys like, I love it.
Yeah,
I mean, what is the end game? Of course, a lot of people listening aren't really, maybe they're young and don't want to think about the end game, and that's fine. It's cool.
Yeah.
But at some point in your life, you got to think, well, where am I going with this? I made some decisions that put me here, but I want to be over here.
Yeah.
And you did this.
Yeah, I mean,
with a lot of help from
a lot
family.
A lot of help with everybody. You don't get through that stuff by yourself.
Exactly.
You have people in your life that check in, make sure you're okay. But I think the big part is, remember, life sucks, suck harder, and I think that's really what you have to do. You just got to get there and do it.
Awesome. Yeah.
That's it.
Wow,
That's
now
it.
you have a new mantra, Elvis.
There it is. You want to drop mantras? I'll drop mantras all day.
Come
You
on.
need a T-shirt that says that, Elvis.
I know.
Harder.
Well, let's talk podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you're a part of the iHeartRadio podcast network.
I
know.
really worked my way in now. Now you can't get rid of me, Danielle.
Look at that.
Danielle, sorry.
You always dreamed of working with Danielle and Gandhi.
Joe Gatto, what are you doing here?
And I know I've heard you talk a lot about the strength of your mom in your life,
for sure.
And I know your partner on the podcast, Steve, right?
Yeah, Steve Byrne.
Steve Byrne,
very funny comedian friend of mine. I've known him for a long time.
I read one where you both grew up wanting to be. You're a cool mom.
Yes.
A cool mom.
Yeah. We both had cool moms who gave great advice. I mean, my mom was known for that in the neighborhood, being like a confidant. Steve was one of the guys that I'm speaking of that helped me during my time of need. He actually was the first weekend I ever performed solo. It was me, him, and Jiggy out in Appleton, Wisconsin. Oh, wow. So have you been? Must skip.
Yes.
Well, we're actually number one in Appleton. Nervous laugh.
I'm not. No. It was so white. It was like I jumped into a bowl of milk and I was talking to marshmallows. That's how white that place was. Okay. But it was so fun. No diversity, but it was great.
Weirdly enough, I have family that lives there. They might be the one brown spot.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gandhi.
and Uncle
I'm blown
Kev.
away. I'm blown away.
They obviously did not come to the show.
They did, yeah. So Steve and I both had really cool moms that gave great advice, and we found when we started talking and we wanted to do a podcast together, we were telling stories about our mothers all the time. And then we were like, you know what, our moms have given us a lot of good advice. We're known for giving good advice. Let's do it. So our podcast, Two Cool Moms, is we spend the first half just talking about anything. In the second half, we solve fan-submitted dilemmas as best we can.
Wow. I love that. Okay, then, Joe Gatto, the best advice. I know it's hard to choose one. The best advice your mother ever gave you.
Oh, it's impossible to choose one, I think. But, I mean, there's some that stick out for sure. I really do think, I think one of the biggest ones was winners surround themselves with winners. I think that she says you always want to surround yourself with people that help bring you up. And don't be afraid to cut people out of your life that don't.
That's good. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you're trying to get rid of me. I just feel the vibe. Here, have a pastry. Yeah.
So I have something for you.
Okay. You gave me $10,000.
Your mom. I have your mom.
Oh, yeah.
From 10 years ago. Aww. TJ used to be on our show.
Yeah.
And was interviewing your mom.
That's right.
You want to hear a piece of it?
Yeah, for sure.
I listen to you every day. No, I can't even begin to tell you. And you need to know that when he was younger, much younger, he came to his dad and I and he said, you know, Ma, I want to be a stand-up comic. And Joe and I, my husband, looked and said, yeah, Joey, yeah, an accountant would be nice, a lawyer. Little did we know that this brainchild that I delivered is now on TV. I can't begin to tell you what it's like. You have no idea.
Well, Jerry, thank you so much for listening to our show.
Jerry.
All right, Jerry, have a good one.
I love you, Mommy.
I love you, Joe. Bye.
She's the best. You can just hear the Staten Island pouring out of her voice. It's like straight marinade sauce coming right out of her mouth. She's the best.
The podcast, of course, is Two Cool Moms with Joe Gatto and, of course, Steve Byrne. And, at the Beacon on the 20th, January 20th, if you go to joegattoofficial.com or Ticketmaster, get your tickets, and you got to support Joe because Joe is a great guy. Of course, the night before, January 19th, you'll be at the Met in Philly. And, of course, just go to joegattoofficial.com and see where Joe and Jiggy,
Getting jiggy with it.
are doing their
comedy,
their show.
Yeah.
And congratulations. Can we eat these? What are
This
these?
is sure. This is for sure.
I'm
These
not
are
sure
pastries.
if I want to eat mine. I think he'll put something in
No.
there.
Oh, wait. This one, Joyce. Hold on. I love you, Danielle.
I know,
You're
I
one of
love
my
you
favorite
too.
people.
And people are texting about the dog. What's it called?
My foundation, Gatto Pups and Friends.
Yes,
Gatto Pups and Friends.
Gatto
Pups and Friends.
Pups and Friends. Not Gatto.
No, not Gatto Pups. That's a different.
And not Gotti.
Gotti Pups. Yeah.
And not Jim, whatever you call it.
I'm sorry. So Gatto Pups and Friends.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in, Joe.
Oh, you're the best. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for the pasties.
Of course.
Pastries.
Of course.
They look like little nipples.
They do.
Joe Gatto, everyone.
Hey, thank you so much.
And Jiggy.
Hey!
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.